Hi, I'm Gynt and I'm here today for Farman TV at the Gynt Gården in Nordfron in Uppland in Norway. And I'm here with...
Hello, yeah, my name is Michael Dobberg and I'm living at this farm. And I'm a devoted fan of Farman and Hans's ideas about the Austrian economic thoughts and also the way forward. And Hans, it's very nice to have you here. And actually, I mean, now we're sitting here in one of the oldest farms in the region, 1,000 years of history. And it's very Austrian economic in a way, the way this farm was built, you know, timber log by timber log, you know, they invested and so this is the way forward. So I'm looking forward to a little chat today.
Great.
What do you want to talk about?
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we've been able to set up this studio here in the offices of Michael Dobberg. He runs a hotel here and a very nice sort of resort-like place, and it's really a place that everyone should visit once in their life. It's an amazing place, and we will go outside and do some filming later on because the buildings here are, you know, hundreds of years old. There's so much history. It's ingrained in the walls of this place. It's an amazing place where fantastic people have been and visited, and the stories here. But we're not really here to chit-chat. We're here to talk about serious stuff. And today is March 6, 2010. And today is the day that the people of Iceland are going to vote on the Icesave agreement.
Yeah, and it's the first time they actually have a vote like this since Iceland was in a way become a free country. So it's the first time they have this kind of what do you call it?
A referendum.
A referendum, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's the first time they do it. So it's quite dramatic in a way.
It is.
Yeah.
And it looks like all the polls and the preliminary stuff looks like they will say no.
Yeah.
And that's great. We salute you for that. It's great. We did a couple of videos about the troubles in Iceland, and it's been very popular on the channel. I mean, the one that was released just a few weeks ago on the Farman TV has now more than 5,000 views, and mostly from Iceland. That's great.
The word is going out.
Sure is. That's great. And of course the problem with Iceland, and the great thing about the Icesave agreement, is that the kind of problems that has been exposed through Icesave is almost universal now. It's all over the world.
It's in Norway, it's everywhere. Every country have banks which are malfunctioning.
Exactly.
And living over there, you know, over the top. Yeah.
The only difference with Icesave is that it's cross-border, so that the losses were exposed in a totally different manner than most other countries.
Yeah.
Because most countries are large enough to absorb these losses inside
the country,
in the same economy.
Yeah.
So they're kind of putting a drape over it and kicking the can forward and delaying the problems. But with Iceland, because there were several countries involved, the money had to be forked up in one country, and then they turn around to demand it from Iceland, saying no. And what's happening in Iceland is really what is going to happen all over the world.
Because if they now say no, it's in a way of saying that a country's people should not be responsible for irresponsible bankers.
Right.
Because it's not the people of Iceland have done anything wrong, it's actually 2 or 3 banks. And those banks are privately owned. So they should take the stake, they should cover up their own mess, and not the people of Iceland. They haven't. If you asked an average person in Iceland, they would never agree on that kind of spending money and how they. I had a visit here from one Icelandic bank in 2 years ago. I can't say which one, but they came with 9 helicopters here, and they had a lunch and they went back home. And I thought, oh, well, it was great. I earned some money, but obviously this is someone's money which's been lost now. In a way, so it was completely bonanza, you know. It was like a Western movie, how they were running the banks, and I don't think any population, any country should be responsible for what bankers are doing. The bank, the stock owners of the bank and the bankers, they should personally take the blame for this, not the people.
Right.
Yeah.
So the money of those banks, they're not going to be paid by the Icelandic people. They were paid by the governments of Holland and the UK. But the thing is that this money is, and the whole problem with IceSave is really built on the kind of troubles that come with fractional reserve banking.
The expanding
Money reserves. And once you have the expansion reaching its limit, you have a contraction where the money, or the values and the money supply contracts. You have a deflationary power in the economy. And what the governments are trying to do is just to prop it up with new money. And it really, the maladjustments, and it's bizarre to say that the taxpayers of Iceland should sort of adjust for the natural deflationary force from the inflation that came before it. It's the whole thing is put on its head, and we salute the Icelandic people for really being one of the first cases where this is exposed,
and where they're saying no.
Where they're saying no.
Because this will, actually, if they say no now, this will in the end have a big impact on other countries.
It will.
And what's going to happen next.
It will.
And that's going to be quite interesting to see when those gazillions of dollars are going to be, fixed. Yeah.
So, Iceland, we think you're saying no today, and we salute you. And we'll be back with more videos very soon. Thank you.
Thank you.